The Supreme Court hears arguments today in a case that could lead to the deportation of nearly 700,000 young immigrants known as Dreamers. The Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, or DACA, protects undocumented immigrants brought to the U.S. as children. President Trump ordered an end to DACA 2 years ago, but lower courts blocked that move. Jan Crawford is at the Supreme Court. Jan, what could happen here?
Well, Anthony, the question really here is whether or not President Trump is going to be able to end the DACA program and say it's all President Obama's fault because of the way that President Obama went about implementing it. Mr. Obama created the DACA program with the stroke of a pen, with an executive action, without getting any approval from Congress. And President Trump says, whatever you feel about DACA, that's illegal. Now, President Trump has sent some mixed messages on his feelings about DACA. On the one hand, he says, we love the Dreamers, but on the other hand, there are people in his party who take a hard line on immigration. States like Texas were threatening to challenge it in court. Now, both sides agree that if President Trump would just explain why he didn't like DACA, he could rescind it. It's an executive action by his predecessor. If the Supreme Court, though, strikes it down, then that will put the ball back in President Trump's court to work with Congress. And this morning, President Trump tweeted that if the Supreme Court overturns DACA, a deal will be made with Democrats for the Dreamers to stay. That is a deal that has eluded Congress, though, for most of the past decade. Gayle?
All right. Thank you, Jan.